Name some celebrity witches that you know of.
I can't do that. I can't do that. Well,
you said Beyonce. Okay.
We know about Beyonce. We know about Summer Walker.
Okay, what about Erykah Badu?
We know Erykah Badu.
Okay, who else?
You know, we know Princess Nokia. So we know the ones that are out, but I would not out nobody. A lot of the reality stars are into it. A lot of them come to me. They pay. And my biggest, like, of all time are NBA stars because they pay.
Really?
And they fly me out to do work in person. They don't even want me to do it at my house. Yeah, come to me.
They want to see you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, big bucks.
What's the most you ever got for somebody?
In total from one person?
Yeah.
About 100K. Yeah.
Okay.
100K.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm reasonable.
Okay. Now, how are you making these services available to to regular consumers that don't have that type of money? Like, what are you doing? Like,
I know they can't afford it, so obviously, they're not giving me $5K for a conjure or $2K for a conjure. So, it's in the hundreds for the public. So, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. That's fine.
So basically, it's just smaller yields, like.
Yes, because I'm getting them championship rings. I'm getting them movie roles. That's why they're paying me $10K, $15K. But you are not getting movie roles. So $200, $300 is fine. I'm just being realistic.
I heard somebody say it was a player, like an old player. But I didn't know what he meant. He was like, it's like Tom Brady sold his soul. You understand me? You understand me? But then I was like, oh, wait, okay. But then I was like, okay, I don't know. You can't really, after I wrote it down, after I wrote all the other shit and I came back today, after looking, I was like, I don't know. Can't really just say that because then you have to look at Bill Russell, Michael Jordan.
Right. I mean, but in a way, they did sell their soul to their craft.
Hey, YouTube world, harvest is plenty. I hope all is well. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Really appreciate it. So in the intro, that's the celebrity witch from our previous video. And she was saying that she helps athletes, NBA players, win championship games. She helped them with their contracts, where they get these big multi-million-dollar contracts. She conjures and summon up spirits and do other things to help them receive these big-time contracts and to win these championships games. As she said, I help them get rings. So the world of witchcraft is growing and is done in secrecy, under the cover of darkness, and behind the closed doors of people's houses. But it's not just celebrities and reality TV stars and rappers and R&B singers and rock musicians and producers and all this other stuff. It's not just them who use the power of witchcraft. Normal, everyday people have been using the power of witchcraft for a long time. They use it for some type of gain for their life, whether it's for relationships, whether it's for love, sex. They want more power. They use it for their career, to get a job or promotions or whatever. They use it on, for their children. It's crazy, the level of things that people are willing to do to move up in this world. But it's real. As I said before, witchcraft is everywhere, and a lot of people are involved. You may know some people who are your friends, family members, co-workers, who you have no idea that they are practicing witches and warlocks. So it's a very interesting world. Today we're going to focus on Tom Brady. They call him the GOAT of the NFL. Now currently, Tom has 7 championship rings. Tom owns the records, I believe, in NFL TDs, passing yards, completions, and a number of other things. What can I say? He's a great athlete. I mean, he exercises, he takes care of his body, he studies game film, he's, crazy accurate with his passes. We could call Tom Mr. Clutch because he always come through in a clutch. Now, did Tom have any help in winning championships or winning games or setting records? Well, according to Tom, he did. Not according to a conspiracy theorist, not according to social media blogs, but according to Tom himself. He said his wife is a witch and she helped him. So let's get into that.
However, this is actually a big conspiracy theory that I did not know about, and people are tweeting about it. This guy said, my girlfriend said that witches on TikTok said that Giselle is a witch in a cool way and supported Tom with her witch powers that made him good in his early 40s. And then when she asked him to step back for the family, he said no. So now that she is not supporting him, he is going to be washed. Another person said, no, I don't care about football, but I am absolutely obsessed with the conspiracy theory that Giselle Bündchen is a witch and has been responsible for all of Tom Brady's success and is now ruining his career with her witch powers. A huge moment for women. Hashtag girlbossing way too close to the sun. Yay.
Any superstitions going into the game? Any special thing you carried into the game on Sunday that you had tucked away somewhere?
I did. I always, I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. And she's so about the power of intention, and believing things that are really going to happen. And she always makes a little altar for me at the game, because she just wills it so much. And so she put together a little altar for me that I could bring with pictures of my kids. And I have these little special stones and healing stones and protection stones. And she has me wear a necklace and take these drops she makes. And I say all these mantras. And I stopped questioning her a long time ago. I did. I just shut up and listened. And at first I was like, this is kind of crazy. And then about 4 years ago, we were playing the Seahawks, and she said, you better listen to me. This is your year, but this is all the things you're going to have to do to win. And I did all those things, and by God, it worked. It was pretty good. And then in 2015, it was about early January, and she said, you know how much I love you? And I said, yeah. And she said, I just want to let you know this is not going to be your year. Oh. And of course, we lost. I said, what does 16 look like? And she said, 16 is going to be your year. So it was early January this year, and I said, babe, I asking, do we have a chance? And she said, yeah, but you're going to have to do a lot of work, and you're really going to have to listen to me. So, man, I listened to her. And right after the game, she said, see, I did a lot of work. You do your work, I do mine. She said, you're lucky you married a witch. I'm just a good witch.
As model Giselle Bündchen once told her husband Tom Brady, you're lucky you married a witch. I'm just a good witch. This alarmed radio host and conspiracy theorist Rick Wiles, who said, he's sleeping with a witch. There's deep spiritual ramifications for that. But Brady doesn't sound too worried, as he noted in 2019. I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. She's so about the power of intention and believing things that are really going to happen. According to Brady, Bündchen maintains an altar for him, gives him healing stones, anoints him with protective oils, and gives him mantras to repeat. He stopped questioning it, especially when her directions have resulted in him winning.
I did. I just shut up and listened.
The couple's home is reportedly an amalgam of various religious representations, as Brady revealed to a New York Times reporter in 2015. I think we're into everything. I don't know what I believe. I think there's a belief system. I'm just not sure what it is.
Wiles joins us from True News. Rick, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing great.
We heard your side. We had to talk to you for a few minutes. So you believe in witches. You believe there are witches in our presence, both good and bad, that are living with us right now. Is that fair to say?
Yes, there are witches, but they're all bad. There's no such thing as a good witch. Everything that Mr. Brady described his wife doing is paganism. It is witchcraft. What he described was witchcraft, and he said, my wife is a witch. He said, his wife said, you married a witch. You married a good witch. But he himself is attributing his success to witchcraft. She's practicing witchcraft, and Tom Brady is allowing it to happen in his home.
A lot of people may not know this, but Giselle's a witch. And Tom Brady himself has been very public about the type of force that she is behind him. And he attributes a lot of his success to her spell work. A lot of people are attracted to the witch aesthetic and dating a witch. I know when I was back in the dating scene, when people, because I'm very public about my witchcraft, when people found out that I was a witch, that was like a huge like aesthetic and factor. Everybody has a lot of questions and ideas of like what dating a witch is like. Um, the other side to that is when you're in a committed relationship with someone who practices, they're putting a lot of effort and spell work into you to succeed because we're so karmically connected at that point. But there's a lot of fine print to that. You have to hold up your side of the agreement with us just as much as we're doing for you. And when you're not doing that, we call our energy back and life starts to suck for you. The good health that we put into you, the success in business or school or personal life issues, we take that back and you're left to your own devices. But everything that we've given you leaves with us. So I think that's part of the effect that we're seeing here, which um, is kind of funny to me. I know that's terrible, but it's kind of funny because I'm not a fan of Tom Brady or even really Giselle. I'm kind of neutral to them, so I can take a back seat and kind of laugh. But it just goes to show that you need to be careful when you decide to screw somebody over. I know in my personal life, you screw me over, it doesn't go well for you, and people in my life know that. We've seen it happen. So just be fucking careful who you screw over.
Wow, 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 wow. So there it is, guys. According to Tom, and you heard it from the horse's mouth, he said that his wife is a witch, but she's a good witch. You know, she even said, thank God you married a witch. You know, she did altars at home, had him bring an altar, and he put an altar in his locker. He wore crystals. They chanted mantras, and they did other stuff. Of course, I'm sure he left some stuff out and didn't say, and it is what it is. But she helped him win championships. And now you know one of the reasons why he was so successful. Again, I'm not taking anything away from his hard work, his dedication, you know, him working out in the gym, taking care of his body, eating a great nutritious meal and all of that other stuff, studying game film, you know, having great players, you know, in the backfield or on the defensive side of the ball. I'm not taking anything away from, you know, New England or Tampa, but he did have spiritual help in helping him win those championships. That's fact because he said it and his wife said it. So it's nothing for you or for anybody to dispute or disagree with. Here's what I would say to anybody who's watching this. If you're single and if you're out there in the dating world, make sure that you know who you're dating or who you plan on getting married to or who you're sleeping around with because you don't want to tangle up your spirit with someone who's in the witchcraft world if you're a Christian and they're practicing those dark arts. You don't want that in your life. You don't want those curses to come down upon you, your children, and your family. So something to think about. And so, you know, I say those things because, you know, relationships end, relationships sour, relationships go bad, you know, whether it's a business relationship or a personal relationship. And if you're dealing with somebody that's in the dark arts, and if they feel slighted, they feel wronged, they feel upset or get upset over something, or feel that, you know, they need to pay you back, you know, for something, they may try to put a hex on you or a curse on you. So just know who you're dealing with and who's in your life. Now, for those of you who are blood-bought Christians that are listening to this, just know that the demonic power, it cannot affect you. You cannot hex or curse a Christian that's under the blood of Jesus Christ. It can't happen. I have many testimonies of people who came from that dark side, who said they tried it over and over and it didn't work. You know, so you have to keep yourself and your family covered in the blood of Jesus at all times. Not just you. When you're on your knees praying, don't just pray for just you. Pray for your family. Pray for your friends. Pray for your loved ones. Pray for everybody that you care about. Get them covered. Get them protected. I have a lot of testimonies coming up from a lot of people who are involved in that dark side that will speak more about this. I may even share my testimony because I'm pretty sure I was attacked a couple times or attempted attacks by somebody who I don't know, who I probably wronged, because I've had some weird things happen in my life. Very interesting and crazy stuff. But I know that I'm protected and covered. And I do know that people who send hexes and curses after those who are blood bought, they set themselves up for destruction, because that's nothing that Jesus Christ will not do to defend and protect you. He'll destroy someone for trying to hurt you. Please know that. That's fact. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I love you guys. Continue to pray without ceasing. Continue to prep and be prepared. There's still more and more talk about calamity that may be coming to the American shores. And I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless.
So, man, I listened to her. And right after the game, she said, see, I did a lot of work. You do your work, I do mine. She said, you're lucky you married a witch. I'm just a good witch.